Hey everybody, I'm here with Kerri Lake and Tracy Scott of Steadfast Steeds, and Kerri's the author of Listen Like a Horse. And I'm thinking of writing a book entitled Don't Be a Horse's Ass, but no, that's just
that's another. You'll have an audience, that's for sure.
It could be, it could, it's kept, but anyhow, I'm joking. Anyhow, Kerri's going to be out here on, correct me if I'm right or wrong, the 10th and 11th, which is a Saturday, Sunday. We're going to be starting up at Tracy's place, Steadfast Steeds, up in Glade Park, which has an incredible drive to get up there. I mean, you literally drive through paradise and the Colorado National Monument to get to Glade Park. And we're going to spend the day with Tracy's herd, and then on Sunday we're going to come here, and we are going to focus on connection. Oh. And yeah, we'll have mustangs up in your face, and they are perfectly safe. So it's there will be some mustangs like Tamea that are going to come in and say hi and get really up close and personal with people. It will probably be interesting seeing which mustangs choose which participants. I'm going to see. It's hard seeing the little screen. So I've got Rango back here, who's off the Little Book Cliffs, which is our closest herd. And then Khaleesi back there, who is from the Diamond HMA out of Nevada. And so those two are kind of king and queen of the herd. And but anyhow, we are just gonna, Tracy's gonna share a lot of her wisdom as well, and then of course Kerri here is going to be really helping us better connect with ourselves so we can better connect with our horses, be it wild or domestic or a zebra or a burro or whatever you happen to have. or a spouse. I mean, you may not have an equine, you may just have a spouse. It's still going to help your connection. Yep. I'm going to come over here and say hi to Shelby. Shelby is my beauty queen. She's my black and white princess. And who's behind? Really, Tamara? Yeah, some connections just follow you. So, how you doing, bud? So anyhow, I'm going to let Kerri maybe share kind of how you form these connections and just the tools that she uses, and I'm sure Tracy and I will be sharing a lot of our what we found has worked with dozens upon dozens of mustangs that we have had the pleasure and honor of working with over the past 10 years for Tracy? Was Steadfast your 10th anniversary, right? So
yeah.
And it's 5-year anniversary for the Eagles and Wild Horse Ranch. So 10 and 5, good numbers.
Yes.
Amazing.
Yes.
Amazing. Tracy, anything that you want to say before I start talking, or should I just start talking?
Only that this is a really unique opportunity to be able to bring a lot of tribe members together. I feel sometimes like as Mustang advocates, we oftentimes we aren't able to connect with a tribe, or the tribe is far away because the ranges are far apart. And so it's a really good opportunity for us to connect as a tribe and learn together with the Mustangs as our support, as we support them. Yeah, so Kerri, take it away.
All right, awesome. And thanks, George. I just want to clarify, you said it's the 10th and 11th of October.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody knows
well,
that's...
Well, let's just do it the 10th and 11th of every month. Block out those 2 days, you know.
I'm game. Oh my God, can you imagine the big wave we'd make with that? That would be a blast. But
right.
That would be a blast.
But thanks, George, very much. And yeah, it's an honor for me because both of you play with connection all the time, and you guys are out in the front of working with mustangs and working, starting with connection, rather than starting with pressure and release, or starting, with any sort of conventional training. And so to me, it's like kind of this mind-blowing, I'm over here going, oh my God, what are we, like, the potential of what we can do together blows my mind. Because what I share, like George was saying, is being able to connect with horses so directly through the heart. It asks you to connect within yourself. It asks you to have as little conflict with yourself as you're capable of. And most of the conflict people have with themselves is unconscious anyway. It's so automatic that it's just, you're in the back of your head silently cussing yourself out for being stupid or something. And yet you want the rest of the world to connect with you. And so it doesn't have to be scary to walk through that stuff and really connect and know the experience of connection in your body, whether you're with the horses or not. So the tools that I share are very much born of my own experience in life. Horses are the ones that kept, like, they would stare at me and go, do you feel it? Do you feel it? How about now? And when I would feel pulled by the emotions of other people, like, my family had all sorts of emotions and they were not in their bodies at all. And my body felt horrible when I was around other people because of empathic senses, telepathic senses, human stuff. It was always the horses just being who they are, like we know, that helped me remember, this is who I am. This is how it feels to be who I am, which is so different than who I think I am, right? So that's what the tools are designed for, is to not deny or exclude who I think I am, but to always, whether there's horses with me or not, be able to regenerate that sense and the experience of connection, because that sense of connection is literally what changes the world. Look at just current events. There's so much messaging to hate one another for this reason or that reason, or push this person away for this reason, and now we're not supposed to touch each other and all that stuff. Connection itself, the experience of connection with one another, is the antidote to fear. And when you're empowered to generate that, even and especially when things are high intensity, right, then you actually experience freedom walking, whether you're with the horses, whether you're horses, like at a, say you're at a sale and everything is harsh, and there's a bunch of animals who are in distress. How can my presence make a difference, even if I can't touch the other animals? How can my presence make a difference even if those other people would never give me the time of day, right? And I've got experience at sales, I'll tell the story when we're there, but it really is about self-awareness and keeping it little kids simple, playing like we're in kindergarten, and how many ways can we just take that into the rest of our lives?
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, see, for me, it's like the funnest thing ever. Awareness for its own sake is the funnest thing ever, because then you can do anything, right? And you can have fun anywhere.
Right.
And if you happen to love playing with ponies, let's go do that, because ponies love it when you show up in that energy, right?
Yeah.
I love ponies, so so it's like, total blessing for me to come and play with you guys and share in these environments. I want to say too, talking about bringing Mustang advocates together, coming and sharing this stuff, it's not like I'm coming in and trying to tell people things they don't know. Everybody has their innate way of connecting. Look at all the ponies. Everybody has what they already know intuitively from their own experience, right? So it's not like I have these things to say, oh, you don't know this and I'm going to be the one to teach you. That's not the point. The point is instead to take your awareness to how much you do already know and then simplify it and show you another experience of yourself that that I call the absence of judgment, where it just unlocks your awareness in ways that really only happens when you let yourself go there and you give yourself the experience.
I just thought I'd throw these guys in there because they came over to say hi.
We have a gallery of butts over there too. Hi, Rango.
Right.
Shirley's butt, Khaleesi's butt, and here's again, talk about something that is just, common, stay away from the backside of a horse. And it's, my opinion is, I want that backside of the horse as safe as the front side. And in reality, the backside of a horse is just as safe as the front side of a horse and just as dangerous. So it's awareness. Again, we're talking awareness and connection. But when you get to the point where you're 360 on the ground, comfortable, aware, and safe, then you can consider the opportunity, if so invited, to start partaking in riding. I'm the believer, until you are 360 on the ground connected, then you get up and start the saddle discussion. Not a second before. So many people rush into that. It's like, how quick can I get a halter on this horse? How quick can I get a saddle on this horse? It's like, how fast you want to get in the hospital. It's just, it truly is all about connection. And when you build the connection, training comes easy, because these horses already know everything we're trying to train them. They naturally know how to side pass. They naturally know how to yield those forequarters, hindquarters, all of that.
Well, and
why are we working so hard to train horses to do what they already know how to do? Build the connection, and then it comes.
Exactly. And this is why, to me, the direction that I was taken was, how can I show people a perspective of themselves that lets that ease of connection happen? Because we're taught, as humans, we're taught, from school, like you're not supposed to know stuff until somebody sits you down, makes you sit still, they teach it to you, and you repeat it, and you get a good grade. Now I can say I know something. And that's only one very tiny approach to learning. And it creates a perspective on, when we look at the horses, we think the horses have to be taught that way too. Like, they're not going to know how to be a horse until I teach them how to be a horse. And be a horse means perform in a certain way, blah, get an A on your test and get a ribbon at the show or whatever. There's so much to be gained from shifting your perspective, or at least getting to be able to see a human perspective and a non-human perspective. And then connection, the experience of connection, is outside of those perspectives. Experience of connection is what you feel. And it doesn't matter the species. It doesn't matter the relationship. You feel, and it redefines your relationship. And that's where we're headed. That's what I love sharing with people, because then you really do get to learn who you are next to the horses. And then the horses will give you everything you ask for, because now they don't even have to trust that you're telling the truth, because it's obvious you're telling the truth, right? You transcend the need for trust, because you can actually hear each other. Does that make sense to you guys? You better go visit.
Taco saying, "Preach it, Kerri, preach it."
Oh man, I got to tell you guys this story about Miles. There's so much. 2 days is just so not enough. 2 days to play together, and like people can come to one day or the other or both. Okay, the first day will be at Steadfast Steeds, and I gave it a title of "Begin with Understanding." When we're at Steadfast Steeds, we're going to talk about connection from a place of understanding, leading toward the experience of the heart of connection. And then on the second day, I called it "Begin with Connection," because we can go direct to the experience of connection and goes to the same place, right to the heart. But some people prefer and do better with an approach of understanding first, and some just want to go straight to the experience. So these 2 days are an opportunity to do either or both. And I think it's like you guys said, it's a really unique opportunity to get to be among a lot of different horses and experience yourself. And this is the fun part. There's a lot of different horses and a lot of different things to feel, but the real point is, can you feel yourself among all of it? And that's where this leads.
Yes, and that, you know, there's Kerri and I have kind of talked about this, and in the horse training world, I guess probably the entire equine world, there's always been the question, how do you teach feel? And I think Kerri has kind of, and I will, it's not, we all know how to feel. It's been repressed by a lot of our social constructs, especially for men. You know, big boys don't cry, yada, yada, yada. Yeah, big boys do cry, I'll tell you what. But I think it's, we all, just like these horses know how to do everything people are trying so hard to train them to do. It's all natural to them once you build that connection. Feeling and a lot of the tool, it's like revealing the feel. You know, that feel has been buried under, you know, layers of whatever. And it's kind of just allowing the feel to come through those layers and allowing those layers to just kind of fall by the wayside. And that's,
yep. And the tools are very much about, they're really, really simple tools for when you do get into the layers, how do you navigate them without getting hijacked and without just retreating back into all your protection and all your defenses. And yeah, because I love that you said all of that, George. It's really true. Like, you don't have to teach feel, it already exists. And, you know, my part is helping people connect their awareness with their feel, and then tools to navigate whatever they might come across as you continue to live with an open heart. And, you know, like you guys were saying, it's not just about horses. Horses just make it amazingly sublime to actually address these difficult things. But I have a woman in Germany who's actually working on translating Listen Like a Horse into German. And she has written to me several times to say, okay, I just read this, and then I used that idea with my family, and she has 3 kids, and she said it just changed everything. So I have more and more stories like that where people are understanding, they're getting the foundation of what this is, and whether it's horses or dogs or people, it's about being true to your own heart, but not in some, you know, airy-fairy spirituality way. It's like, to me, the most pragmatic thing you can do is connect your mind with your heart and know how to navigate with feel, because that's what's going to give you the information about life around you, not just what you were taught life is supposed to be.
And I think that, again, from my personal experience with working with these mustangs, I get to the point I just feel my way through things, because method that works on a quarter horse, or a method that may even work with 80% of the Mustangs. The Mustangs that are here have gone from trainer to trainer to trainer, and the trainers have changed, but the methods haven't. So it's, again, connection and feeling and shared feeling. And I like playing, I've got this new idea of spheres of influence, and it's an energetic spheres of influence, spheres of influence. Each Mustang out here has their own sphere of influence, and it blends and plays with one another. And then we come into the mix, and we need to partake and share our sphere. Don't, be pushing our influence, but blending our influence. So, we can jump in and use some scientific background on that and pull out some of the heart math stuff that is proven on our bioelectric spheres that humans and horses have. And what science can prove is just tip of the iceberg to what's really out there.
Well, to what can actually be experienced,
Yeah.
I mean, for a lot of people, okay, great, it's out there, but I still need a stick and a lead rope. So yes,
Right.
And at the same time, it's possible to have an experience of what's out there in a way that doesn't scare you, right? It's not about scaring yourself into feeling stuff. And feeling stuff isn't always about taking a can opener to all your repressed feelings and emotions. That's like not the point either. The point is to actually have an experience of freedom from that stuff, and how to regenerate that experience of freedom, connection with yourself. Because then when all the repressed emotions pop up, you'll actually feel a little bit calmer about addressing it, and then maybe actually genuinely healing from it, so you are available to connection in a whole different way. And I think the people who are really at the forefront of working with animals, and there are both men and women out there who operate this way, but don't necessarily talk about it. They still talk in, conventional training ways, but this is what they're doing, is they're starting with the energetic connection. And so to me, I've been watching that for decades. Like, why are the masters is because they're feeling things rather than just applying tools, but they maybe just haven't had the language. And so I love sharing the language around it in ways that make it really relevant. So 2 days is not anywhere close to enough to really unpack all this stuff, but it does give us an opportunity to provide experience and simplicity and fun and lightheartedness and context, so that people will walk away with ways that they can go back to their own herd or their own clients or their own family and go, let's bring that presence back forward and watch what happens when I make that my priority, and have their own experiences. So it's a beginning. Is that making sense, Tracy? Thanks for the tour, by the way, letting us see everybody.
They're all really laid back right now because it's hot and there's a lot of sun. But yeah, a lot of them looked up and went, "Oh, what are you doing?"
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah. Cool.
We have 8 spots each day. Is that right?
Yes.
Yes.
So it'll be small, intimate groups, which is always really, really rich. Again, there's going to be some time where I'm just sharing tools, awareness, understanding. But there's also plenty of time for discussion, because again, what's important is that it's relevant in your world. Not to say, here's the next thing, you got to learn it. That's it's not going to do anybody any good. So it's always such a wonderful experience. And so to register, you can go to steadfaststeeds.com. If you read what?
.org. .org.
.org.
Yeah.
Or go to my website, kerrilake.com, and click on events. And you'll see there a couple of buttons you can read a little bit more if you want and register there. Or if you have questions, then find George on Facebook at Eagles and Wild Horses Ranch. Find Tracy at Steadfast Steeds, or write directly to me. It's all good.
Yay. Yay.
Yes,
Cool.
yes.
Any parting thoughts? Anything else you guys want to share or ask? I mean, is there anything I have not covered that would help people have a sense of whether they want to be there?
No.
I will say, with 8 participants, there will be 2 Mustangs per participant here at the ranch. So
Just doing the math.
Just doing the math. So there will be no shortage of Mustangs, and some, like Clancy, will, he can intimidate people that are a little afraid or a little unsure around large horses. So, and there's others that are going to be a little more standoffish. So there's going to be Mustangs that are going to meet people where they're at. We got the big pocket ponies, Clancy and Shirley and Shelby, and then we got the Rango stands off. I mean, he's right there, but that's his position. He will be half horse away and he will participate, and that's where he's comfortable at. And if people are only comfortable participating a half horse away or 2 horses away or whatever, that is a-okay too, because there'll be some horses that'll be 50, 100 feet away. They'll still be participating. They'll just be calling it in.
Awesome. Beautiful. Thanks for that. That was great, George. Thank you. Any last thoughts, Trace?
No. I was ready to do it.
Yeah, I know.
I was ready for you to be here. It's like, can we hurry up?
Like, okay, I'm ready. Let's go.
Right? Yeah. Yeah.